Cell phone video shows a Bell P-63 King Cobra and a B-17 Flying Fortress crashing into each other midair and bursting into flames. Fallen debris stretched from the south end of the airport across Highway 67 to a strip mall on the opposite side. No spectators below were injured.
This is not about the aircraft. It's just not, I can tell you. The aircraft are great aircraft. They're safe. They're very well maintained. The pilots are very well trained.
The cause of the crash is still under investigation as the NTSB arrived on scene Saturday evening.
The maneuvers that they were going through were not dynamic at all. It was what we call bombers on parade.
Commemorative Air Force President and CEO Hank Coates not releasing any information regarding the number of casualties. However, the Allied Pilots Association tweeted Saturday evening, "We are saddened to report that former APA members Terry Barker and Len Root were among the crew members lost on B-17 Flying Fortress during the Wings over Dallas air show today." Coates did confirm the B-17 typically has a crew of 4 to 5 people on board. A Fox 4 viewer sent in a video of the B-17 before takeoff Saturday afternoon. The P-63 King Cobra is a single pilot plane. In total, 6 people could be feared dead.
It was normally crewed. I cannot release the number of people on the manifest or the names of the manifest until I'm released to do so by the NTSB.
The Commemorative Air Force puts on the air show and owns the 2 aircrafts. Its headquarters are also located feet from the crash site. Coates says the crews on board are experienced volunteers, including current and former airline pilots, retired military pilots, and close friends.
There is a very strict process of training and hours. It is all the pilots are vetted very carefully. Many of them have been flying for us for 20, 30 years or longer. So this is not their first rodeo.
Peyton Yeager, Fox 4 News.
Well, the air show accident was seen by dozens of people from across the DFW area, including a couple who pulled over to watch it. Valerie Din and her fiance were hoping to see something special, but they say they had no idea they would witness a tragedy.
When we drove up, we started seeing the planes and we decided to pull over. I just saw the black smoke and just couldn't believe what I was seeing. I pray over their families, pray over them.
So it's unclear what caused the crash, but Sky 4 images show the remains of both aircrafts. Some pieces fell onto the field at Dallas Executive Airport. Others scattered across Highway 67, forcing the road to be temporarily closed while crews cleaned up the debris. Today's Wings over Dallas show is canceled. One person is dead and the other is in critical condition after a deadly crash in West Oak Cliff. Dallas police say around 2:30 this morning, the driver of a pickup truck was heading south on Cockrell Hill Road and then lost control near Illinois Avenue and slammed into a utility pole. The 2 people were trapped in the pickup and firefighters arrived to get them out. They found one dead and rushed the other to a hospital. And Fort Worth police are investigating a shooting that sent several people to the hospital. Last night, officers were called to an apartment complex west of Loop 820 on the city's far west side. They say a fight broke out at a party and at least one person pulled a gun and opened fire. Some of the wounded went to a nearby convenience store to call for help. No arrests have been made, but the shooting is still under investigation. And Arlington police are now investigating the deaths of a mother and daughter as a murder-suicide. Now, firefighters were called to a home near Matlock and Sublet Roads Thursday night. After putting out the flames, they discovered 15-year-old Maddie Prescott and 51-year-old Jennifer Prescott had been shot. The teen died at a hospital, and the medical examiner's office ruled her death a homicide and the mother's suicide. Police say shortly before the fire, someone from the home called 911 to report someone was suicidal. And Democrats will once again have control in the U.S. Senate. And this comes after the Republican challenger lost in Nevada. So that means even if Democrats lose the Senate runoff in Georgia, they will still hold a majority in the upper chamber of Congress. But control of the U.S. House is still undecided. And Republicans believe they will control the lower chamber. Fox's Alexandria Hoff has more on this.
Republicans are 7 seats away from reaching that 218 majority, but there's still about 24 outstanding congressional races across the country, more than half of them in California, where millions of ballots are still uncounted. It could go either way in the state's 47th district, where progressive Rep. Katie Porter is locked in a dead heat with Republican challenger Scott Baugh. This district in Orange County has equal share Republicans and Democrats. In the state's 41st district is Republican Congressman Ken Calvert, who has served in the position for 30 years. He went into today with just a 1-point advantage over Democrat Will Rollins. About 60% of the vote has been tallied there. And then a bit north in California's 22nd district, Republican Congressman David Valadao holds a 5-point advantage over Democrat Rudy Salas. Now that lead has been chipped away down from an earlier 8-point advantage. And then in Colorado's 3rd district, there is a big name with potentially a big problem right now. Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert is locked in a razor-thin race with Democrat Adam Frisch. Boebert initially trailed, but then got a small boost as the counting continues on. This race could head into a recount as thousands of votes have yet to be counted. While Republicans are poised to achieve at least those 7 seats needed to reach a majority, it will not be by the margins that they had hoped for. In Washington, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
And stay tuned for Fox News Sunday with Shannon Bream at 8 here on Fox 4. She'll be joined by Indiana Congressman Jim Banks and Maryland's Governor-elect Wes Moore. And up next, Texas regulators are proposing changes to make the electric grid more reliable. And the focus is on the power market. But one significant element is missing from the research behind the proposal. And be sure to bundle up if you're headed outside today. Gorgeous look out there, but don't be fooled. Some of us are waking up to freezing temperatures in North Texas. And the Mavericks try to find enough offense to snap a 2-game skid. We'll tell you if they were able to do that in a moment.
Winning the World Cup is hard, but becoming a millionaire just got easier.
This is what makes the World Cup.
Fill out your Super 6 World Cup bracket for a chance to win $1 million. Wow. The Fox Super 6 World Cup Bracket Challenge is free to play. Go to foxsports.com/bracket and enter your picks today.
This is a Whataburger table tent. It means we cook your meal up fresh as soon as you order it. And don't get up, because we'll bring it right to you. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Meet 3 sisters, the drummer, the dribbler, and the daydreamer. The dribbler's getting hands-on practice with her Chase First Banking debit card. The drummer's making saving simple with a tap. Round of applause. And this dreamer, well, she's still learning how to budget, so Mom keeps her alerts on full volume.
Hey!
What? It's true. And that's all thanks to Chase First Banking. Freedom for kids, control for parents. One bank with tools for both, all with no monthly service fee. Chase, make more of what's yours.
For people who love their vehicles, there's only one name on their holiday list: WeatherTech. Laser-measured floor liners that fit perfectly in the front and rear. Seat protector to guard against spills and messes. Cargo liner, bump step, and no-drill mud flaps to protect the exterior. And cup foam keeps phones secure and handy. Shop for everyone on your list with American-made products at WeatherTech.com.
Home is where the holidays happen, and it's time to get ready for hosting. The huge in-stock selection at NFM has everything for your home and your gift list, all in one place. And with our low price guarantee, you can count on savings. Our convenient drive-through pickup is available, so you can stress less and spend more time enjoying the season. Plus, budget-friendly financing is available when you shop with your NFM card. Happier holidays and the best prices all season long at NFM.
Hello, I'm Bishop Edward Burns of the Catholic Diocese of Dallas, inviting you to join us and those in North Texas, 11 a.m. on KDFI, Channel 27. Blessings to you and to your loved ones.
The midterms and the aftermath, breaking down the elections by the numbers and how it will impact the race for 2024. Shannon sums it all up on Fox News Sunday.
Well, some parts of Bishop Arts west of Dallas may be experiencing some power outages this morning. Dallas Fire Rescue responded to a crash in the area of West Davis Street and North Zang Boulevard around 4 a.m. Officials found a crashed SUV with a man trapped inside. He was taken to the hospital, and they say 8 power line poles are down because of that crash, and it could be hours before power is restored. Now, streets in that area are also blocked off. And state regulators revealed a months-long study on ideas to make the power grid more reliable. So that study notes there is significant risk with a plan that public utility commissioners have discussed moving forward with. Fox 4's Blake Hansen breaks down the data and shares how you can weigh in.
This is the main event.
The state's Public Utility Commission met Thursday, revealing a long-awaited study. It is part of efforts to redesign the market for buying and selling electricity in the wake of the deadly 2021 winter storm.
For the first time ever, the companies that sell you power, that you send your money to each month when you pay your electric bill, will now actually be required to ensure they can deliver that power.
The plan Chairman Peter Lake is championing is a new one that emerged from the study called PCM, or Performance Credit Mechanism.
Our analysis that we published today shows that by implementing a reform like that, we can achieve a 10 times improvement in reliability for little to no additional cost for consumers, which is an outstanding outcome and a remarkable trade-off for the ratepayers in Texas.
But the study commissioned by state regulators recommended a different plan, noting implementation of the PCM entails significant risk because of its novelty.
We recognize that, as many of my colleagues said, Texas is unique and deserves and needs a unique solution. So we're not going to settle for just the off-the-shelf product. We're going to make sure we get the right product for Texas.
Commissioners moved Thursday to open up public comment to taxpayers and other experts to weigh in. Doug Lewin is an energy consultant who closely follows the commission.
PCM is still too new for me to really say what I think of it yet. I need to study it more. I think it's at a minimum interesting, intriguing, worthy of more discussion and study.
One concern he does have is that while the study used 40 years of Texas weather in its models, it did not include the 2021 winter storm.
If they didn't model that, how do we actually know that, as the chairman asserted today, it's only a 2 or 3% cost increase? In an extreme year, it would almost certainly be higher than that.
Why wasn't that included in studying some of these proposals and how they would work?
So as you can see in the consultant's report, it did not include the outages from 2021 because, as the consultants recognize, we have implemented an array of reforms to address that. And so don't expect that to happen again.
Meanwhile, a recent report from federal regulators found that the grid would still be vulnerable if another winter storm hit this year, like the one that hit in 2021. We have posted a link on our website with the Public Utility Commission's page that has that study, as well as a place for people to submit comments. Again, you can find that at fox4news.com.
That is a pretty significant storm system that moved through Thursday night and throughout the day on Friday, and it's brought that Arctic air mass all the way to the deep south. In fact, freeze warnings are extending from, the Austin area all the way through parts of Mississippi and central Alabama. Yeah, that's a little unusual for this time of year. Our freeze warning here in North Texas will expire at 8 o'clock this morning, and the National Weather Service did extend it and expand it to include a good chunk of North Texas this morning because of the forecast calling for freezing and sub-freezing temperatures, and it verified. Yeah, I'll show you our current temperature map in a second, but it is cold out there to start, and it'll be chilly to finish. Satellite and radar right now, clear skies to start off your Sunday morning, but we will start to see an increase in mid to upper level clouds later today. Yeah, not so much right now, though. Blue skies, sunshine out there to kick off your Sunday morning. A current temperature right now at the DFW airport of 36 degrees. Not much of a wind chill this morning as calm winds have taken over, and winds will be from the east southeast throughout the day today, but I don't expect much of a breeze. That's a change from yesterday, so we won't be dealing with wind chills in the 40s this afternoon like what we saw yesterday afternoon, even with our high temperatures in the low and mid 50s. Temperatures across the board right now, several spots still sitting below freezing. Denton, one of those spots, 27 degrees. Oh, cold. McKinney currently sitting at 30 degrees. Terrell at 29, and Waxahachie sitting below freezing as well, currently sitting at 30 degrees. We'll be able to climb into the low and mid 50s today. That's a normal January day, right? I mean, yeah, we're just going to ignore that part of the forecast. Normalized for this time of year, 67 degrees. We will be well below that through the entire week. We will see an increase in cloud cover after waking up to mostly clear skies this morning. Now, some changes are on the way. We're dry today, but by tomorrow, especially mid-morning through about midday into the majority of the afternoon, widespread showers will start to move in and will fall to near 40 degrees tonight. But with the moisture and the clouds streaming in tomorrow, we won't be able to climb much tomorrow, which means emphasis on the chilly rain part, likely staying in the 40s, low to mid 40s all afternoon. So mostly clear skies to start. We'll start to see an increase in clouds streaming in from the west. That's due to that increase in Pacific moisture. Tonight, we'll see additional clouds filter in out ahead of the next storm system. By mid-morning, we'll likely see some showers out west, but by midday through the afternoon, the bulk of the rain will shift from the west to the east. A few rumbles can't be ruled out either. And also along the Red River, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a few sleet pellets mixing in as the air is a little bit colder aloft, but surface temperatures will be well above freezing, so no surface impacts can be expected. All right, as far as those rainfall totals are concerned, yeah, minimal. Unfortunately, it does look like most of us will only pick up about a trace of rain, maybe a 1/10 of an inch, and that is it. To the south and east, slightly higher rainfall totals, maybe upwards of a 1/2 inch. So taking a look at your forewarned 7-day forecast. After tomorrow's storm system, we dry out, but temperatures really don't climb much. We stay well below normal through the majority of the week, staying in the low 50s.
Mavs up by 1 after the Lillard basket. Double on Luka. Dinwiddie. Run it back, baby!
I love the excitement. Spencer Dinwiddie's binge of 4 straight three-pointers helped the Mavs get past Portland. Dinwiddie's 20-point night complemented a triple-double from Luka Doncic. The Mavs superstar scored 40 points, grabbed 13 rebounds, and handed out 10 assists in the 117-112 victory. The Mavericks host the Los Angeles Clippers Tuesday night. And the Cowboys defense will try to rattle Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers during today's matchup in Green Bay. And fans are hoping for another big day from Dak Prescott and the offense. Here's Mike Ducey with the keys to a Cowboys win in this week's Watch for This.
The 6-2 Cowboys visiting the 3-6 Green Bay Packers. What to watch for in this one at 3:25 on Fox 4. Number 1, don't diss A-Rod. The Packers are a mess. Their offense coming off a game where they managed just 9 points against a terrible Detroit defense. Injuries everywhere for Green Bay. And quarterback Aaron Rodgers has not hidden his frustration. Rodgers is 8-1 all time against Dallas, though. Granted, he hasn't faced this defense. But the Cowboys take this future Hall of Famer lightly at their own risk. With that said, number 2 is turn them over. Rodgers threw 3 interceptions last week, including 2 in the red zone. A Dallas D that leads the league in sacks should be able to rattle Rodgers and, in turn, force another big pick or 2 in this game. Number 3, remember Tony. You know, Pollard, the running back who had a career day against Chicago while Zeke was resting a sprained knee. Elliott has been able to rehab through the bye week, so he's likely ready to return for the Green Bay game. But Tony Pollard should get the football early and often. It's what's best for this offense. And number 4, Mac is back. Coach Mike McCarthy spent 13 seasons leading the Packers, including 4 NFC title games and a Super Bowl victory. Now he returns as head coach of the Cowboys. This week he was emotional when talking about his time in Wisconsin. Now he's favored to defeat his former team, Matt Lambeau. We'll see if his post-game emotion is satisfaction or disappointment. Packers, again, underdogs at Lambeau Field. It's happening more and more. I don't think this game will be a blowout, but I think the Cowboys win it. Give me Dallas 30, Green Bay 24. I'm Mike Ducey, Fox 4 Sports.
Well, up next, a new program is helping local businesses and nonprofits navigate the federal agents, and Fox 4's Sean Rabs learns about it next in the week's Here and Now conversation.
At the Star Power Expo, experience 3 days of the